up, man? How you feeling out there?
Do you believe in Joseph's defense is rocking and rolling, and guys, I don't know if you can tell, it is still miserable here in MetLife. And the Broncos did what they had to do to pull off a disgusting win, but this is a game-changing, a season-changing win for the Broncos, and they've got all the momentum rolling into 2 home games now.
Oh, man, it's important for us to get your opinion on the weather since you're live and in the building. We've been talking about the weather a lot. Do you feel like that played a factor in how Bo played today? I mean, 60 yards, we talked about it, probably not going to cut it. So we want to know how bad the weather was out there this week.
Well, if 60 yards passing isn't going to cut it, what about -7 passing yards in the first half? That's certainly not going to cut it. And I'll tell you, after the game, the Broncos, Sean Payton, Bo Nix did say the weather really impacted this first half, and I can vouch for that. It is miserable. I told you guys before the game started how miserable the weather was, and it definitely played a big role in this game. It's so disgusting here. It's been sleeting, and I mean, it's been really hard. Aaron Rodgers really struggled in the first half. And when you see Aaron Rodgers inaccurate, that shows you how tough the conditions are.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm sitting furthest away from the speaker, so I have no idea what you're saying. But whatever. What's the what's the next most interesting thing you have to say?
Well, Sean Payton had Bo Nixon's back big time. Was asked at halftime when Bo had -7 passing yards if he had given up on his confidence in Bo or lost a little bit of confidence, and Sean went out on the attack to the reporters and said, heck no, I didn't lose confidence in him. This guy is so unbelievably confident, and Bo Nix came through when the plays needed to be had. He made the big plays, even simple ones like not going out of bounds on one of the runs near the end of the game, but the big one, the pass to Cortland Sutton to lead the Broncos to that touchdown. There was one touchdown in this game, which was just incredible defense, and it was the Broncos. And then, of course, that led to Cortland Sutton being wide open. And Bo Nix finally had a touchdown pass in this game. And what we talk about, in order for the Broncos to win with a rookie quarterback, you need to run the ball and you need to play good defense. The Broncos play elite defense, and they finally found their running game. In the first half, the Broncos were running for over 5 yards per carry, and they went even harder on the ground in the second half. And no, Sean, you guys know just how important that is to helping a young quarterback. They stay committed to the ground. Javonte Williams, we saw signs and flashes of old Javonte, and that was the key to the game. You should never win a game when you have 60 passing yards, and the Broncos pulled that off in incredible fashion against a really good team. Some people, Todd Davis, think Aaron Rodgers is elite. The Broncos just went in to his house and beat him with throwing 60 yards. A huge win for this team, especially coming off a week in West Virginia where these guys have been sequestered on their own. They've only been around themselves, and this is a huge moment for the team to go on the road, win 2 straight now, and they have confidence, so much confidence in Vance Joseph, so much confidence in the way they're moving under Sean Payton right now, despite pretty lackluster offense for the most part in the first 3 of the 4 weeks of the season.
That's the biggest thing, Zach, for sure, is that the defense is building confidence, the offense is building confidence, and Sean Payton is building the most confidence in his team, and he's going to keep those guys together rolling. And like you said, second half, the defense showed up, and the offense showed up even more. They made the key plays, they made the big plays they need to make, and Sutton and Bo got on the same page to get in that end zone and give us a little heads up, and next you know, the run game got going. It was definitely huge.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was very huge, and then special teams was great until the very end where the Broncos missed a 50-yard field goal, but they knew that the Jets were going to go out and have to kick a long field goal, and they weren't able to hit that. And when it comes to this defense, it's the guys that you expect who are stepping up, but it's also the backups and the guys who we don't count on that are stepping up. How about Justin Sternad? This guy hasn't played a single defensive snap in over 2 seasons. On his very first snap today, he goes and gets Aaron Rodgers. I talked to him after the game, and he said, on that first play. I knew I was getting an opportunity to go. And when I saw the hole there, I thought, oh my God, I'm about to sack Aaron Rodgers. And that's what he did. He took Aaron Rodgers down. That's 5 sacks on Rodgers today. The Broncos had 7 on Baker last week, which was incredible. But 5 sacks on Aaron Rodgers is even more incredible. Sean Payton said it might not be another 20 games until Aaron Rodgers is sacked 5 times. And don't forget, the Broncos might be missing their most promising pass rusher and Baron Browning. They're doing it with Justin Sternad. They're doing it with Nick Benito. They're doing it by sending blitzes. Vance Joseph is dialing this thing up perfectly. And the 3 of you know more than anyone else how difficult it is after Riley Moss's defensive pass interference in the end zone. The Jets get the ball on the 1-yard line, and the Broncos stop them. And they actually go backward, and they have to kick a field goal. That was the game right there. That's when the Broncos won the game, when they said, you're not scoring a single touchdown on us in this game. And clearly at the end of the game with the 10-9 win, that was the difference. That is just incredible defense all around. I know Riley Moss had a couple of penalties. I thought he played great. Obviously, Pat Surtain, he lined up against Garrett Wilson 18 times in the first half. Aaron Rodgers said, I want nothing to do with you. I'm throwing 0 times on you, which is incredible because of how good Garrett Wilson is. The run defense was great, really stepped up after a couple of maybe shaky moments in the past couple of weeks. They made Breece Hall look like he should not be a starter, and he's a damn good running back. So can't speak highly enough about this defense. You go on the road and play a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that's averaging 28.5 points per game, and you hold them to 7 points. Then you go on the road again to Aaron Rodgers' house, and you keep Rodgers out of the end zone, and you only hold him to 9 points. That is incredible. This defense is playing elite, and we know what elite defense looks like, and this by far passes the test.
Yeah, I agree. Zach, you're out there spitting that knowledge. I love it, man. I love it. And you spoke on the run.
The earth is spitting on me, no, Sean, so I got to.
I feel you. And then you talked about that run game. I thought the guys did a really good job. Javonte looked good out there as well. And any word on Bidet and that injury? We saw him go down early. Did you hear anything, updates on that?
It's a great question. I'm really happy you brought it up because that was a very scary situation. Obviously, after the fumble where he gets hit kind of awkward, he goes down on the sideline. They bring the card out, put him on a stretcher. Sean Payton was very, very intentional about not giving an update. He did not want to give an update. I kind of wish we did get an update, but we heard in the locker room, I believe it was from Jaleel, who their running back coach told the running backs that Tyler's going to be okay. But the big update that we don't know, Sean was not willing to say whether or not Tyler will be traveling back with the team tonight. And obviously, if he gets on that plane, that would be huge news, a big win for him. But we're just going to wait. Broncos team plane leaves in about an hour, so hopefully we have an update by then. I wouldn't be surprised if they hold him over for tomorrow, but we'll see. That was a very scary situation.
Yeah.
Well, dang, man. Thank you for giving us that insight, and thank you for the update on Bidet. Hopefully he makes that flight, and hopefully you make your flight because we need you back here tomorrow. See you at 11 a.m., and we'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow morning.
Love it.
Oh, I'm happy you guys don't want to keep me in West Virginia. I'm glad that you want me back.
Yeah, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Hank's, it's just been me and Hank, so we've been, you know what I'm saying, we've been missing, you know what I'm saying, the third person.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? All right, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, now take care. Safe travels.